So with EAFC 25 right around the corner, I thought I'd do a little deep dive on the downfall of FIFA Ultimate Team. Football games have been around for quite a while now, with the original FIFA being called International Soccer 96. FIFA has evolved in the last 28 years, whether it's playing against your siblings or playing against your friends to see who got the bragging rights, or might be even watching your favourite YouTubers do an interactive FIFA series, or it could be two of your favourite YouTubers playing against each other for a wager. We never really had a football game company battle with them. The only notable challenge they had in the last few years has been Pro Evolution Soccer, which never had your favourite team's licensing on, so FIFA felt more closer to the audience than PES because there was no NPC football teams. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about how EA have killed their biggest game mode. FIFA 09 was the first official FIFA to introduce Ultimate Team. Well, the Ultimate Team concept was used before in Champions League 2006-2007, but in FIFA 09, Ultimate came as downloadable content later down in the game cycle, instead of being released on day one. FIFA 10 used the exact same base to Ultimate Team, but this time was free to play and made it exclusively on day one as well, so you didn't have to wait later down the line to actually download it and play Ultimate Team. FIFA 11, Play Against Your Friends, was introduced to show who was the better FIFA player. They brought in the iconic Team of the Week idea, where you would have your favourite players, they would get a special card for their performance the previous weekend. FIFA 12 brought in the infamous Team of the Season card, which later down in the line ended up being one of the best promos and most successful promos that EA have released in FIFA Live fans. Instead of the Team of the Week concept, instead of your team's players playing in the weekend and having a really good performance, they'd get a Team of the Season card for their performance in that season. FIFA 13 brought in the controversial FIFA point system, which some may say it's why FIFA is where it is today. They also brought in the addition to online seasons to Ultimate Team, which were used to start at Division 5 and you include casual and competitive players playing together. This is where the catalogue also come into play, where you can use tokens and leveling up to use your favourite team's retro kits, balls, celebrations and even unlock coin boosts, which were a huge boost to your Ultimate Team squad back then. I would say from FIFA 13 to 17, these were the prime years of the franchise. Let me explain. FIFA was never about who had the better team. Yes, you can compare and comparing just contrast with each of your friends to see who had the better team out of the friend group, but it was more who was better at the game. You never used to spend all your pocket money on FIFA points. This is because you would see everyone using overpowered starter gold or even silver teams all the way from Division 10 to Division 1. You didn't need to spend 3 or 2 million coins to spend on these players using hundreds and hundreds of your earned money in real life. You could also just spend about 10 to 15k of FIFA coins just literally by playing the game and going up to divisions, which made winning divisions and getting promoted from Division 10, Division 9, Division 8 all the way to Division 1 feel a little bit more special because you've actually earned and not paid your way to it. You've actually earned the coins to even play your... It's a reward for being good at the game. You could have insane attackers, which were only about 950 coins each, and even having an overpowered defence line, which again was probably about 950 coins each for each player, which come to about 5 to 6k. It was so easy to have such a really good overpowered gold team at the start of the game, which you can use for the entire game cycle. So all the teams that you'd make in the first few months could literally last you all the way from October or September, October, all the way to about May, June, July time. But with the introduction of FIFA points, since FIFA 17, everyone would fall into the fear of missing out because they want to try and get these new cards from these new promos they would release every week. FIFA always used to release a promo every month and it felt special as there was no leakers about. Well, to my knowledge, there wasn't much leakers about anyway. And now we get promos every week and we get leaked cards 3 months in advance. EA then found out a good way to make easy money, which I know they need to as they're a $1 billion company. Both FIFA 14 and 15 are known as being the two of the biggest FIFAs that they've released, which also brought in 2 of the best soundtracks, because soundtracks are very crucial to the game, to how the game feels, to being involved with the game's atmosphere. It sets the tone for the game that year. A massive impact on how the game's current state is and came in FIFA 15, where EA decided to add price ranges for cards. This meant that you couldn't list a player for as much as you would like. This would mean you had limits for how much you would like to sell your players for, and the players no longer controlled the market. When EA added the FIFA point system, it has been very, very controversial and it's just a catalyst to where the game's current state is in, to the point that FIFA points have been banned in Belgium. So people would earn their real life money to try and open these loot packs. By loot packs, I mean it's like a gambling type thing. You're going to open for real life money for an in-game card, and you have no idea what you're going to get. People clocked onto this, and from FIFA 14, 15, they started to buy coins off websites as it was cheaper. And instead of opening packs to try and get your players, you could just instantly buy your players off the market with the coins that you just bought off a website. But since then, EA have kind of caught on and just decided to ban those who have been buying coins off websites, which, can be kind of controversial to some people, but I feel like it's been a bit of a piss take really from EA. They just need the money, don't they? So we get to FIFA 16, where EA brought in the addition of the legendary FUT draft for both single player and online players, which gave you freedom to use any card that you had because, some people might not be able to use, Messi's or Ronaldo's in the main squad. So FUT draft was a good way to try out these players, see if you would like them, and kind of give you an opportunity to use these players when you couldn't really in normal time. And it was a very, very good idea from EA because YouTube has started to clock on and started doing these world record FUT drafts where they'd get in 195, 196, 197, and then with the special cards that they release, everyone would just get world record constantly every week. It just made it kind of entertaining and very competitive for those casual and competitive players to play. So, FIFA 17, where do I begin? The start of the infamous Weekend League. This was introduced FUT Champions. This is where you could qualify through the daily knockout tournaments, where you'd get entry into the upcoming Weekend League if you won. Or you could get promoted to Division 1 or retain into Division 1. Those were the only ways to qualify for Weekend League. For those who don't know what Weekend League is, let me explain. This was the first competitive game mode that EA have released on Ultimate Team, where you were required to play 40 games from Friday evening to Monday morning. Once you play all your games, the amount of wins you get will determine what rewards and what rank you got for that weekend. For example, if you got 18 wins, you would receive the rewards for Gold 3, which would have been 30,000 coins, 2 mega packs, 1 red players pack, and qualifying for the next Weekend League. They also introduced monthly rewards, so on top of your weekly rewards that you received from the weekend that you've just played, you would receive your monthly rewards. These were determined on how many wins you got from Weekend League in the month span. These rewards would be packs for a few red player packs that you'd get, so you'd get red players in these packs, and also Team of the Week players as well, which back in the day, it was FIFA 17, so what was it, 7 years ago? These were very, very rare and hard to get a hand of because you had to be a very, very good player to actually get these red gold players. So if you were playing against a player that had a red player, then you'd have to probably rage quit instantly. This is where you could say the start of the downfall for Ultimate Team began. So since FIFA 17, I've seen so many players say this game has progressively gotten worse with gameplay mechanics and the microtransactions. The menus have had massive changes too in FIFA, from FIFA 17, 18, 19 and 20. We would get a teaser for the upcoming promo without any leaks whatsoever, and feel excited for Friday 6 PM UK time. Because promos were every month, now we're getting promos every week, which I mentioned earlier, which ruins the special aspect of the game. Yes, I understand their promo cards, and they're as good as getting different players to use as well, that we're getting different players each week to use for our squads. The constant release of promos just don't feel special anymore when you pack one. Changes to the card design and getting rid of the classic chemistry system, which yes, I understand it's easier to make teams and use different players, but I ask, why fix something that isn't broken? The newer pack options as well are utterly ridiculous. Like, look on your screen now, I genuinely am lost for words. What a once beautiful game has come to. Look at ridiculous prices for these packs. This is what I meant by the microtransactions have progressively got worse. I think it's now time to realise that FIFA will be evolving either for the better or worse. Depends on your perspective of things really. It's safe to say that FIFA will always remain the better of the football games, as we have new football games coming up. UFL, which is Raw, 2K when it comes out, I think next year, will not have licensing, and eFootball will just be eFootball really. So 2 questions I have to conclude this video. Where did this game go wrong? This one I will leave up to you really, but what I will say, making the cards that felt special, not special anymore. The constant release of them and getting icons and mega teams within the first month or so, and getting rid of the aspect of building up your team from bronze, silver and gold and earning your rewards up through the divisions. Needing a mega team to win and having to spend so much money on having a really good team, which makes the game boring because the whole grinding to upgrade your team kind of goes out the window, which again, the newer microtransactions are insane. What would I change? Now, I know you may not like this, but let me use Fortnite as an example. Look at what OG Fortnite done to the community and the game itself. It broke records and brought players back and everyone enjoyed it. But what I'm really saying is that they should kind of take an inspiration and take a look back on how people enjoyed the game years ago with gameplay features and mini features and go back to their roots. I'm not saying go back and change every single thing, but just tweak things a little bit, kind of make them more original and more classic, I guess you can say. You can have the new features as well, but what you can do is add a few changes to how the game was a few years back and what made it the best game every year. Just before I end this, these are my opinions. I would love if you respect them and don't be a child about it. Please hit that big red subscribe button down below if you did enjoy. Like this video for more videos like this and leave a comment with your views, whether you agree or disagree. And we are fine as long as you're respectful about it. Take care.